Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. And if you're new, I would love it if you would stick around and subscribe. So for today's video, I am doing my Owls TBR, which I'm super excited about. If you don't already know, the Owls Readathon is part of the Magical Readathon, created and hosted by G at Book Roast, which I will leave linked down below. And it is a readathon based off of Harry Potter, and in Harry Potter they take these basically standardized tests is what it sounds like, which are the ordinary wizarding levels, and then they also take the nastily exhausting wizarding tests, which that's a separate part of the readathon that will be in August. So G has created different careers that you can do through completing the different challenges and everything. And last year I completed everything to become a mind medic. Yeah, my bachelor's degree was in psychology, so I was super excited to get that. And so this year I want to be a Hogwarts professor because I have always wanted to be a teacher. The direction in my career that I think I'm headed towards now is being a professor, so yeah, I just thought it would be super fitting. And the class that I want to teach is Charms because I am a Ravenclaw primarily, and Ravenclaw in the books is headed by Professor Flitwick, who teaches Charms, so I want to teach Charms as well. So yeah, let's get into the classes that I need to get my owls in. So the first one is the class that you're gonna teach, which I just said is Charms. So the challenge for this is Lumos Maxima, which is to read a book with a white cover. So if you've seen any of my TBR videos in the past, you would know that I tend to give myself a couple of options if I can for the different challenges, just because if I am like totally locked into something, then I'll probably wind up not reading it because it feels just like busy work, or not busy work, but just like work, a requirement, and I already have a lot of requirements for school, work, and working on that paper for my psychology professor. I have two options that I'm leaning more strongly towards for the Charms challenge, and the first option is An Unkindness of Magicians by Kat Howard, which I don't remember a whole lot about what this is about, besides that there's a magical competition. So it sounds really fun. I've kind of been slumping in the fantasy department, but I am reading a middle grade fantasy right now, and I'm really enjoying it. And this is really short, or at least somewhat short. So I think that I might be able to read this in the month of April. And my other option for this challenge is The Witch Doesn't Burn in this one, which is kind of like warped because I got it from thrift books, and also my apartment is always like somewhat damp because it's like the unit is in this like really old house, and the whatever like insulation or whatever that keeps it from getting really humid inside does not work, and I live in the South where it is really humid. So yeah, it's always really humid in my house, so I think it's probably just like, yeah, just doing that, but that's okay. And this is the second book in a poetry collection series by Amanda Lovelace, which the first is Princess Saves Herself in this one. And I listened to it on audiobook earlier this year and I loved it. So I've really been wanting to reread it, so I'm hoping I can maybe squeeze it in this TBR later. But yeah, if I do, then I also might want to continue with this one, and it would be really easy for a readathon since it's poetry. So the next class that I need to get an owl in to become a Hogwarts professor is Defense Against the Dark Arts, which is Grindy Lows, a book set at the sea or at the coast. So I have a couple of options for this as well. The first being Five Dark Fates by Kendar Blake, which I believe is set like on an island. Yes, so that counts as like the sea or the coast. And this is the last book in the Three Dark Crowns series by Kendar Blake, which is about these three sisters who have to basically like battle it out to be the queen of the island. Each sister is either an elementalist, a poisoner, or a naturalist. So yeah, this is the last book in the series, and I've had it since it came out and I still haven't read it. So I really need to read it, and I've just been putting it off. Another option that I have is All the Stars and Teeth by Adeline Grace, which this book is in my most anticipated books of 2020. So I really need to read it. It does take place on an island kingdom, so it could count for this challenge. And basically, this is about a girl who, I think she may be a princess, who can do soul magic. That's really all I know about it, and I did see something about a pirate, so I don't know, sounds good. And my last option for this challenge is to read The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren, which I have read Twice in a Blue Moon by Christina Lauren on audiobook, and I liked it but didn't love it. And I've heard things from a lot of Christina Lauren fans that that's not like their best. So I really want to read The Unhoneymooners because it just sounds amazing, and it's about, I want to say it's like the brother and sister of this couple who are getting married, and then the couple who actually got married is not able to go on their honeymoon because they got food poisoning. So the two siblings, kind of like from each different like person in the original couple, take the honeymoon to Hawaii, so that's why it counts for this challenge, in their place. And so I think it's kind of like a hate to love romance. I don't read a whole lot of romance, but I do like them occasionally. And I also just love tropical vacations. I've always wanted to go to Hawaii, so yeah, I think this would be a really fun read. And I think Scribd does have the audiobook, so like if I get too bogged down by other books on my TBR, it'd be something to kind of help balance that out. So besides the two core classes, as I would like to call them, I have to have 5 electives. So 3 of the 5 electives I think I'm going to count towards the career of Trader of Magical Tomes, which G says that you can't have like 2 different careers, and I'm not trying to have 2 different careers, but I just wanted to have that as a backup in case when it comes time for the newts, I'm not able to do all of the newts for Hogwarts Professor, because I think I'll be able to, but who knows what'll be going on by then. And yeah, I just want to have like another career built in that might have like less prompts, that I could always just like resort to doing that instead. So the first one is Ancient Runes, which is the heart rune, which is to read a book with a heart on the cover or that has heart in the title. And I looked at my existing TBR and surprisingly I had nothing, so I think I might try to order Heartstopper off of Amazon if I can. If not, give me suggestions. I might try to find something on Scribd, or worst case scenario, I could always read Anna and the French Kiss, which I don't really want to do, but if I have to, then that's what I'll do. You hear my cat sneezing? So the next elective that I want to take is History of Magic, which is Witch Hunt. Read a book that features witches or wizards. So on Libby, I have the Harry Potter books on hold to listen to on audiobook. So if the next one comes up in time, I think I will try to read that. And the next one that I have coming up on that is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, which I will probably be following along in the illustrated edition. So yeah, obviously there are witches and wizards in Harry Potter, so I thought it would be a good fit. And then if I just decide not to do that for whatever reason, or it doesn't come through, or it comes through too early or something, I might read Witches of Ash and Ruin. I haven't gotten it yet, but it's on my most anticipated books of the year, so If I'm able, I might try to get that, which I don't really remember a whole lot about that. I just remember it being like based off of Celtic mythology and obviously witches because it literally says it in the title. And I think it has OCD rep and maybe some, I remember there being like some kind of LGBTQ rep, but I don't remember what exactly it is, so I don't want to say it and then be wrong. So yeah, probably one of those two. I'm planning on vlogging this. I'm saying that now, but like watch me not do it. But I'm planning on vlogging, so hopefully I'll like actually say the ones that I actually read. But I am like giving myself only like a couple of options per challenge because in the past I've given myself like 5 and it's kind of overwhelming sometimes. So the next elective that I want to take is Transfiguration, which is Animagus lecture. I think that's how you say that. So it's to read a book from a series that has shapeshifting. So for this challenge, I might count Harry Potter for this challenge instead if Goblet of Fire comes through. And then I also have Order of the Phoenix on hold. So if that comes through, it would probably be like at the very end of April if it came through in April. So I might be able to count Order of the Phoenix for that challenge and then instead of Goblet of Fire, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's why I gave myself another option for the witch challenge because I don't really think I have any other options for the shape-shifting. I'm not really sure. If you know, you should let me know down below. Just maybe, I don't know, Crescent City, any of these books that you see have shape-shifting and I just don't know about it. Yeah, that's why if Order of the Phoenix comes through, then I'll count Harry Potter for the Witches challenge and then Order of the Phoenix for this challenge. But if not, then I'll try to read another witch book and then count Goblet of Fire for the shape-shifting challenge. And so I needed 2 more electives, which I think I'm gonna go with arithmancy or arithmancy for the first one, which this is the magical qualities of number 2, balances and opposites. Read a book outside of your favorite genre, which right now I'm kind of not sure what my favorite genre is because it's traditionally in the past few years been fantasy, but I've really been enjoying thrillers lately. So I'm not really sure what could count, but I have like, I think I'm just gonna count fantasy as my favorite genre. And like I could read like magical realism like Anna Marie McLemore. I have 2, and when the Moon Was Ours. So I'm leaving that one more open right now just because I'm not sure what I count my favorite genre at the moment, and that could change in the next couple of weeks once the readathon is starting. So I'm leaving that one open for now, but I feel like I have like pretty much a lot of options. Like this is really flexible. And the last class that I want to take is Potions, which is Shrinking Solution. Read a book that is under 150 pages. And I have a few options for this too, of course. I forgot to say, I might count The Princess Saves Herself in this one for a book that's outside of your favorite genre, because I know that poetry for sure is not my favorite genre. But so the first option that I have for the Potions class is the Tea Dragon Society, or I kind of have been wanting to order the Tea Dragon Festival, which is the sequel, and I just checked, it has 60 pages, so it's definitely under 150. So I might be rereading this, and I'm really excited because I love this graphic novel. So I'll either read the Tea Dragon Society or see if I can order the Tea Dragon Festival. I think those were my only options for this. I also forgot to say that I want to do the Animagus training in addition to the Hogwarts professor career. So I have my paper here, and it says that you need the OWLs in arithmancy, potions, and transfiguration, which those are all already electives that I chose on here on the whatchamadoodle. So that works out perfectly. And obviously I want to become a cat because, like, why would you not? already a cat anyways. So those are the books that I'm hoping to get to during this readathon. So yeah, I'm super excited. The magical readathon is like my favorite thing ever. So yeah, if you're doing this, let me know what career you're gonna do and like what are some of the books on your TBR. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you soon in my next video. Bye!